But right now, we're going to introduce to you a little segment we're going to be running for the next 5 to 6 weeks. We're just starting to think about footy now. Certainly for me, working at the tennis. Last day of the tennis means that now I automatically start thinking about the NAB Cup and the 2014 season proper, but not only at the elite level. We think about footy in general, and we're going to introduce to you the local locker room. Now, there are a lot of people out there like me, and I've been involved in local footy, for the best part of 20 years. It is quite addictive, and as much as I enjoy radio and covering sport, and quite privileged to do so, getting back to the grassroots of local footy means just as much. And great to have alongside me a man I know quite well, Ben Charles from sportsupport.com.au. Log on and take a look. Benny, great to have you in.
G'day BP, mate. Happy Australia Day.
You too. What does it mean to you, Australia Day, just off the top? Does it mean anything of any great significance?
Barbies and beers, mate. Barbies and beers, really.
A few barbies and beers at local footy clubs throughout the winter?
Certainly will, mate. Certainly will.
Mate, you've been involved in local footy like I have, so we've got a connection. We've been talking about this for a few weeks, and I love my local footy. You've been at the coalface of local footy clubs. You now run a business which really does support local footy clubs, and I can endorse Sports Support. You've been in operation for around 4 years. Lots of different arms, merchandise, food, bar supplies, trophies, events. This year, of course, Sports Support commencing with medical supplies, which is obviously a huge burden. I can tell you as a man who does the finances along with our treasurer that it is a big burden on club finances. So you are a one-stop shop. I can say to the general public out there and just footy clubs in general, log on, sportsupport.com.au and take a little bit of a look. But you deal with footy clubs on a regular basis, Ben, and you see the amount of effort that goes into running a local footy club.
There's a huge amount of effort that goes into running a football club, and I suppose about 4 years ago we wanted to develop something that would save clubs money and volunteers time, and that's when we established Sports Support. There's an online ordering service, and that gets the convenience of deliveries Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. So with those volunteers that are running around trying to run their local community club, we just want to make sure that they can maximise their time and get out there and save some money as well.
Now, we were talking about, how can we talk a bit of footy, because it's nearly the start of February, and what we want to try and do over this half hour each week. I mean, obviously social media sites going to overdrive at this time of the year. There's talk of transfers, rumours, lots of potential signings, and the amount of big name players now drifting back to local level, I think, from my experience, is growing sort of tenfold every year. We thought we might just put a little bit of fun into life in local footy and just verify some of the rumours. A lot of scuttlebutt, isn't it? I read lots of forums, and this guy's going there, and a big name ex-AFL player's going to sign up there for X amount of dollars, and some of them don't come to fruition, but quite a few do.
No, they don't, and there's no real verification for social media and what's happening in local footy. But it is great this time of year to really just hear about everything that's going on, the rumours, the innuendos, and whether they're true or not. They're definitely a water cooler topic. So we just thought we'd breathe a little bit of life into it and have a bit of fun with it and try and bring some normality, I suppose, to the social media sites.
Absolutely. Now, Ben, tell us what we're going to do here, because we want people obviously to head to the Facebook site we've set up for the locker room. We're also going to follow our texts here. So if you've got any out there, 0433 98 11 16, and we're going to post those. But just give us the details of the Facebook page where people can obviously have a look today and can contribute during the week. And we're going to follow it up on the local locker room every Sunday.
Yeah, correct. So Sports Support looks after clubs right across metropolitan Melbourne and the big 5 leagues in particular. And we've got a couple of people who are on the ground that are, I suppose, calling in with the rumours, and they're going on to facebook.com/sports support. And on there you can post your own rumours, and we can try and get our guys who are out in the field to verify them. There's also a little bit of fun on there as far as photos and competitions, and we're also putting together some stuff so that your clubs can benefit from it, whether it be merchandise or food or whatever it is, the divisions that we do. So
beautiful. Every reason to get on and have a look. So it's facebook.com/sports support, and you'll see the traffic going onto that particular page. Now, there's one name. It's been a bit of talk about one ex-Carlton Brisbane star, of the last week. Tell us the latest on Brendan Favola.
Well, we don't know how much substance is behind this rumour. We did get this through one of our sources, but Brendan Favola, well-known journeyman for the local footy, which I think is fantastic. I think it's great for clubs to try and build up their cash flow so that they can build a more successful club. He has been linked with, obviously, Yarrawonga Pigeons for quite some time now, but there has been a rumour that he's going to split the season between Northern Footy League runners-up Montmorency and Yarrawonga Pigeons for the season. So if somebody could verify that for us, get onto facebook.com/sports support, and if we can verify it, there's a $50 merchandise voucher in it for your club.
All right, because lots of people know lots of things in local footy, and as we said, lots of scuttlebutt can go around, but we're actually going to try and tick off a few of these particular rumours. 9429 11 16, 0433 98 11 16 on the SMS, but log on, because this will be continuous throughout the week. Facebook.com/sports support. He's getting around, Fev. He'd be a man been in high demand, I'd imagine, and we've seen the impact of him going to Yarrawonga and the crowds up there in the gate, but also when he's gone and played on the road, those clubs have benefited enormously, and that goes for any sort of ex-champion player who might come and play a handful of games, one-off cameo, maybe play the whole season. What it can do for the coffers of local footy clubs is enormous.
And look, I think it's fantastic for the kids, and especially if they're run right with an event, and if the players can get right behind the club, which they generally do. And Fev hangs around with the kids and signs a lot of autographs. So does Jason Ackermanis from all reports. We personally put together a game for Chris Tarrant out at Hillside last year, and the amount of kids from that area that were around, just really up close and personal with the star, and their star's wearing the same jumper as those kids on a Sunday. So I think it's fantastic. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm getting one from Alan from Northcote about a plug for his club. We'll get to you, Al, a little bit later on, because we are going to have a notice board, aren't we, as part of our little show here, where clubs can promote upcoming events.
Yeah, so if you go to the Facebook page, there's actually a notice board up there. So we really want to support clubs and make sure that they can do their reunions and use this as a bit of a vehicle to try and advertise as much as we can. So if you can just go onto the Facebook page, tell us all the details. We'll post it up there, and if we get some time, we'll also talk about it on radio.
All right, 1:12. Now, Ben, we've got a few people out on the ground. They know their stuff in local footy, and this is our man. We're just going to label him the NFL Insider. He knows everything. NFL Insider, come in.
Well, I think you've overplayed me a bit there. I've heard rumours. We'll say I've heard rumours.
We do a good job of pumping up tyres here, NFL Insider, let me tell you. Now, some confirmations from this week. I need you to tell me. Bundoora legend Trevor Robinson has become assistant coach at 2013 grand final rival Montmorency, we're hearing.
Massive one. It is a massive one. Trevor Robinson's one of the all-time legends of the Doma Valley and now NFL. And to take up a job at Montmorency, massive rivals, especially in the last couple of years, it's a big pickup by Mont. Well picked up.
Okay, nice work. Comp medal winner Brett Jeffries from Northcote Park has joined his mate Steve Seddington out at the kennel. Can we verify that?
We can verify that one. I was actually at the doggies the other day, having a beer, and they're up and about. They're pretty confident that this is their year to have a crack at getting back into Div 1. There's a few confident people already around the cricket club there having a beer, talking footy.
Okay. Now, I'm hearing too, NFL Insider, Nick Duigan, who is retired now from the Blues. It was a late call, wasn't it, in 2013, I think once pre-season had started, but he has been linked to Heidelberg, and they've had their fair share of big-name players over the years.
Well, they're the NFL's powerhouse. They've had an ageing list, you'd say, and it's not really fair to call them an ageing list because some of those players are fair legends. But there'll be some turnover at Heidelberg this year, and Nick Duigan will be, I'd suggest, the first of a few. I think you might... We'll have a few ex-AFL players heading down to the Tigers Den. They're obviously a powerful and well-resourced club.
Gee, it looks like the general NFL right across the board NFL Insider, because I'm hearing that a couple of ex-Bombers, Jay Neagle and Damien Peveril, might be heading Eltham way. The red and the black stripes, aren't they, the Panthers? Yeah,
they are the Panthers. Look, that we'll put that in our likely, not our deal done or our highly likely. I think there's just early talk. I believe the Nagel one's probably a little bit further along than any other ones, but that's definitely on the cards, but we'll put that down as a likely at this stage.
All right, Ben, anything else we need to discuss with the NFL Insider? We covered it?
I think we've covered it pretty well.
Beautiful. Some good news coming out of the NFL. Thank you, NFL Insider. Very nice work by you. We're actually just going to take a call. Someone's just rung in here, Ben. Joe's out in Laylaw. Good afternoon, Joe.
Ben?
G'day, Joe.
How are you? This is Giuseppe. How are you, Ben? Yeah. Aaron Davis has gone to West Preston for a couple of games.
Geez, that's a big one, isn't it,
Aaron
Seppi?
Davey.
Yeah.
The ex-Demon. There you go. Is Aaron Davey, I think, did he drift up and play a little bit in the Northern Territory Footy League? Geez, a few that drift up there and play a few games.
They do because of the seasons. I suppose that they're able to do that. But again, Seppi, who's ringing up, one of those local legends from around the league, and I'm certain everybody in the Northern Footy League knows who Seppi was, and good to hear from you, Sepp.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Joe, for your call. We're going to head across to the EDFL and just see what's happening in that part of the world, and our correspondent is on the line, Mr. EDFL.
How you going?
Going particularly well. I like this is like, not knowing people's identities, Sly in the underworld. I like this.
It's very mysterious.
Rumours are floating that an ex-Cat has left Mooroopna in the Goulburn Valley Football League to join Aberfeldy for a reported 5-figure sum.
Well, you'd be talking about Mark Blake there. We've caught a little bit of wind of it. We can't 100% confirm it, but it's definitely growing some legs. He'd probably be the biggest signing that the EDF, in terms of output, the EDFL's probably ever had, I would have thought. We saw what Keeler's ruckman did coming back from Richmond, what he was able to do in winning the league medal. So a big bloke like that would be more than handy for others.
Okay. Jared Garth, captain of Keilor, heading to Edithvale Aspendale, who were the premiers last year, I believe.
Yeah, he's headed out there, I believe, for work. So he might be originally from down that way, or I think he's from Tassie, but might have moved down that way. So he's moved out there for work. So yeah, it's a big loss for Keilor because he was sort of their go-to man, or their only bloke in the forward line for sort of the last couple of years. Okay,
now a little whisper going around too that an ex-Essendon rookie might be heading possibly to Northcote Park.
Yes, Hal Hunter, one of the best beards and names around the last year. He's off to Northcote Park. They've had to replace Ben McNeese, who's over in Florida, just tearing up at one of the universities over there. So they've got in Hal Hunter to probably go through the backs.
All right. Anything else you can share with us, Mr. EDFL?
Well, I suppose with Aberfeldy, they've got in Mark Lynch, who from Heidelberg and originally, come from Dooders, won the comp medal in the EDFL 2 years ago, and then won it out at Heidelberg too. So he's off to Aberfeldy, but they've lost Connors and Fanning, who have gone to Port Melbourne.
Yep.
They've also lost their captain, who's off to Tullamarine. Dan Galea, who was a Frosty medalist, is off to Avondale Heights.
Okay.
So there's a bit of movement there. Greenvale have secured Kyle Reimers from Perth, so he's back, and potentially another former premiership player. So there's a little murmur going around with that, but we won't release a name until that gets confirmed.
Nice work.
He's coaching, and probably the biggest movement as of late is Pascal with obviously the signing of Patrick Vespremi and Mike Ross, who isn't from the television show Suits, but he was also on Essendon's list.
Yes.
And there's also a little murmur that Justin Sherman, former Doggy and Brisbane utility, might end up there too.
Amazing the amount of ex-AFL players still wanting to have a good run around at good local footy leagues.
It's definitely filtering through. So there's just a couple that, and obviously wherever former captain Robbie Costello's end up at Marvey, so another high quality recruit for the EDFL.
All right, good on you, Mr. EDFL. Thank you very much. We'll check in with you on a weekly basis. We're going to head south. We'll have to come up with some different nicknames, but I'm just going with Mr. SFL for right now. Come in.
Afternoon, Brett and Ben.
Nice to talk to you. I'm hearing that Jaden Eddard, of course, who played a bit of footy with Brisbane and St Kilda, a little bit of movement with him.
Yeah, Jade's gone over to play for Chelsea in the Morning Peninsula League, and Jade was actually a junior product from Chelsea, so he's headed back over to Chelsea.
Okay, that's one we can certainly verify. What else you got for us? You'd have your nose right to the ground?
Yeah, St Paul's has picked up Travis Ridgway and Harley Ambrose, and they say goodbye to Jay Bruno, who was a premiership player and a former comp medal player in the Southern League. Has gone to Rye.
Gone down to Rye, not a bad part of the world. Anything else to leave us with?
Yes, East Brighton have picked up former Coburg and Duda Stars player Damien Rayson, and he's gone back to play at his junior club, which would be good for the league.
Okay, beautiful stuff. Mr. SFL, keep your finger on the pulse. We want some good stuff from you each week.
Okay then, no worries.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a little break. We're going to catch up with a local legend coming up next, but that's just a little sample. We're going to be sort of doing this each week, aren't we, Ben? Just to let people know, because there's a lot of movement going on.
There is, and we've skipped over WRFL, and I apologise for that. Deer Park has had all the talk so far, but we'll get onto that next week.
Absolutely. We'll speak to Shane Watts. Now, this is a guy, for those familiar with the Laylaw Football Club.
The Laylaw
back
Football
in the
Club.
90s.
Yeah, some people might have heard of Shane over the years.
This guy was big, wasn't he?
He was massive.
Yeah,
He's massive. And he'll tell you too. He'll definitely mention that at some stage.
I did talk to him yesterday and I said, we're going to have about 5 minutes. He said, well, that was only my first season. He wanted half an hour. Shane Watts, the first of our Local Legends series coming up on the local locker room. Plenty of traffic coming through on the SMS, but make sure you are logging on, of course, to the Facebook page. Ben, let's give those details again.
That's facebook.com/sports support.
That's where you'll see all the rumours coming through. 21 past 1. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hungry for Sport with Kevin Bartlett.
Hungry for Sport attracts the quirky and antagonistic. Dr. Turf was back and gave his thoughts on the BC3 collapse.
Tell you, if I was part of his betting syndicate and I'm reading that he's paying $2.6 million for a yearling one year and $5 million for a yearling the following year, I'd have been having kittens, Kevin. For the industry just to sit on its hands.
And Patrick Smith did not like the crowd turning on Bernard Tomic.
You can't boo somebody because you think they're not injured. It's just so unfair. You've got to have some reason to boo. There was not one person in that stadium who booed who knew whether he was injured or not.
I'll catch you on Monday with all the latest from the Oz Open and Patrick Smith with Goose and Goose.
Hungry for Sport with Kevin Bartlett for the new Zenon Dual Cab 4x4. Made tough in India, made perfect for Australia. 9 till midday weekdays on 1116 SEN. Melbourne's home of sports.
Roof Seal are looking for owner-operators to perform outstanding work across our product range of roof restoration, re-roofing and reflect coating. We'll provide you with all your work gained through our extensive advertising campaign. Plus full training, full on and off-site support and regular weekly pay. If you like to work for yourself but not by yourself, call today and ask for Barry.
1300 36 7070.
Life's best adventures begin with the right gear, and you can get all the gear you need at Jeep Clothing Stores. Whether it's exploring the great outdoors, heading to the footy or cricket, or spending the weekend with your mates, you can go anywhere, do anything, anytime in Jeep Clothing. Easy fit, comfortable, quality casual wear. Jeep. Clothing for all life's adventures. 12 stores in Melbourne and Geelong. jeeplife.com.au.
At Sexyland, we want to wish all lovers a happy Valentine's night with gifts to keep you up all night. You'll love our cheeky couple games from $14.95, sexy bedroom wear from $19.95, and delicious chocolate body topping from $14.95. Put the love into Valentine's night all night with Sexyland. 12 stores around Melbourne. Find your nearest or shop online at sexyland.com.au.
Take me now.
Harvey Norman, your trusted brand in cooling solutions. We'll help you find a cooling solution for your home. Inverter air conditioners, portable units, or even the latest in fans. We stock the lot. All the leading brands, Fujitsu, Kelvinator, Mitsubishi Electric, Samsung, Panasonic, Dyson, and more in store. Buy now with 18 months interest free. No deposit, no interest, and no repayments on air conditioning. Minimum financed amount $500. Fees, charges, terms, and conditions apply. See store for details. For the latest in cooling solutions, see the experts at Harvey Norman.
Looking for a good value used car? I'm Tim Day from United Auctions Australia, and we auction cars every Thursday night. Vehicles from $500 to $20,000. At United Auctions Australia, many of our cars come with road test reports, so you can bid with confidence. And if you can't wait till Thursday, there are fixed price vehicles available for immediate delivery, 6 days a week. Sunday by appointment, and finance is available. United Auctions Australia, 128 Salmon Street, Port Melbourne. Public auctions every Thursday night from 6:30. UAA, big enough to know, small enough to care.
On 1116 SEN, Sunday Sports Central with Brett Phillips for 13 Cabs, your cab booking company, and Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
24 past 1. This is our local locker room segment. Ben Charles is in at the studio with me, sportsupport.com.au. Log on, take a look. Ben, for those just turning on the radio, they might have just joined us. Let's maybe recap what we're doing each week here on the program.
Yeah, we're trying to put to rest a couple of those rumours that fly around at this time of year, especially with local leagues and the ex-AFL players that come back and play in those leagues.
Absolutely. There's a bit of traffic coming through on the SMS as well. Deer Park is a host of ex-AFL boys this year, so we'll see if we can get a bit more information. We're going to, I think, chat to the WRFL next week, our insider out there.
Yeah, we'll definitely be chatting about Deer Park and some of their signings. But if you've got some rumours, definitely get onto the Facebook page and post them up, and we'll talk about them on radio.
Facebook.com/sports support is where you need to head. Nick Dygan can't play football anywhere this season as he's still on Carlton's list, so that'll be an interesting one. I'm not sure the exact rules there in terms of going back to play local footy. Our insider linked him with Northcote.
Yeah, he's linked in with Eltham, our insider. But I think what we do stress on the Facebook page is that they say. So it's not us coming up with this. We don't know the mechanics of how they work. Seems to be a lot of traffic about Fev and Yarrawonga and how that's going to work as well. We're not really coming up with the rumours. We're just posting the things we hear.
All right. And Ellen and Northcote, I'll read this out now, El. I just want to give a plug. Next Sunday afternoon, Northcote Park playing Northcote Cricket Club T20. The Pink Stumps Day at the Bill Laurie Oval for the Alan Webb Challenge, a gold coin donation for the Jay McGrath Foundation, which is great. And that's what a lot of local clubs do. So get out and certainly support that. But our local legend, we're going to speak to one every week, Ben, and I had a chat to this man yesterday. I couldn't get him off the phone. He is that excited about coming on. He just wanted. He actually said to me, "Is this fair income?" I'm being interviewed on radio. He lives in Perth these days, and his name is Shane Watts. And going back into the 90s, he was a star with the Lalor Football Club and what was then called the Diamond Valley Football League. And Frogger, as he's known, joins us on the line from the beautiful West. Shane, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, g'day, Ben and Brett. Firstly, can I just thank you both for asking me to be on this show. I'm very humbled, mate. I actually thought Ben was taking the mickey out of me, but yep, here we go. Let's go, boys. What are we up to?
Shane, great memories of playing in local footy. I mean, I'd imagine you'd come back to reunions, you'd still catch up with ex-teammates who are lifelong mates, and particularly when you're playing 4 premierships, 91, 92, 93, a little gap, and you snared one in 98 as well. Pretty special memories for you.
Yeah, and then we got the 2001 one as well, so it's actually 5, Brett. Football clubs, I loved it. Loved Lalor Football Club. It was just my home, my second home. My old man, he put me into football. We went down to the East Thomastown Footy Club where I was good friends with Paul Koutafidis, Anthony Koutafidis' brother. Then we got Anthony to actually play for the Lalor Football Club, and the rest is history there. But I had a terrific career in terms of winning grand finals with a bunch of great blokes, coaches. Peter Marshall, Bernie Green started us off when we were young. In my 4 Division 1 flags, about 12 of us were from the Lalor Juniors. So, yeah, it was just a terrific place to be around. And, geez, we celebrated and partied. But they taught us just good home schools, like just respect and the older blokes that we played with. If we put anything out of line, these older blokes like Ray Shaw, Risto, Fairchild, they would give us a clip around the year, Brett.
There was a very special moment in the 1992 grand final that you were telling me about, Shane. Did you want to elaborate on that for me?
Well, firstly, the 91 one, I kicked the winning goal. We kicked the first one because North Heidelberg only struggled to get 3 points. Darryl Sinclair rushed through 2 of them. The 92 one, well, we beat North Heidelberg again. They were undefeated. They were a terrific side. They were the best side all year. And, we happened to win that game. And then in 93, this is the one I think you're talking about, Ben, I kicked some say the winning goal, and I was at the cemetery end of the Epping footy ground, and I got asked on radio, how did you feel after that? I said, I just seen this guy pop his head out of the grave and I just drilled him straight between the eyes.
You have had a very illustrious career, there's no doubt, Frog, and you know that I think you're the most decorated player in local sports. There's no doubt about that. But somebody off the SMS machine here has asked Frog about his nightclub career at the Tunnel. Apparently,
then after all our flags, we always went to the Tunnel on the Sunday night, then over to the Edwards Tavern Bar in Paran there on the Monday night, then get in cars and that and go down to the Seymour races. We got to the 92 Seymour races and it was washed out, so we just went to the Seymour pub and just hooked in there. But then in 94, North Heidelberg got us with Jamie Shaw kicking 8 goals, best player I played against.
Big Jamie Shaw, Shane. We were talking about this yesterday. I mean, Fitzroy, man, he didn't play too many great games, but he dominated, didn't he? Local footy and playing for the Bull Ants.
He kicked something like 160 goals. Like, he was just a phenomenon, and he was just great, and a ripping bloke too. But North Heidelberg got us there, and then in 98, Ray Shaw come our way, and I played with Ray in 91, 92 in the flags there, and in 98, he come and coached us, and because we went off the rails a bit, I have to admit, we were probably running the muck too much, but he got us all professional, and we won the flag, and that was my best ever game. If you look up the records, S. Watts, BOG, I was wrapped with that with my great mate Dasher Sinclair and Stephen Petricelli in the best as well.
Hey, I just want to ask you, Frogger. I mean, this show we're talking about, guys going here, there, and everywhere, swapping clubs. I mean, I'm involved in local footy. I see it firsthand. But you were in an era where, if you were part of a club as a junior, you stayed on, and you're a one-club player. I mean, when you actually have time to reflect on that now, are you proud that you play with one club?
I sit here in my premiership bar with all my photos up, and I am so proud.
I wasn't asking you to pump your tyres up, Frog.
It's just the one club. There's only one club up here, and it's Laylaw. And I got asked to be the president in 2009, so that was another feather in the cap. But yeah, I'm so proud of that, and I'll put it out to the players out there, all the guys. Just try and stay loyal to your club. Because I'll tell you what, when you retire, you're just so happy about it, and you're wrapped about it, and you're proud about it. So. Yeah, money, because after 98, that's when money actually got involved, and a few of my boys, my teammates, and they left, and I was actually saddened by that, and the 4 guys that stuck around was myself, Dash, Gull, and Petch. We stuck fat, and now look at our senior coach now, Stevie Marshall. He's the same. He's the son of Peter Marshall, our initial senior coach, and he stayed at the one club. We got thrown a lot of money came our way if we wanted it, but no, we all stuck fat and.
Great stuff.
That's one thing I'm very proud of here.
Perfect, Frog, mate. Look, one of the features of this segment every week is going to be the 1, 2, 3 votes, mate. And just for one vote, who would you rank as your toughest player?
Toughest player by far against me was Jason McGaw, the brother of Randall. Terrific. We had some great battles. I actually didn't show much respect to my opponents, but this guy actually did. So I would say Jason McGaw,
and
followed by Gadget Hancock.
Oh, well, that's nice for Gadget.
Yep.
And the 2 votes for the toughest player that you played against, as far as hardness.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really that hard, as everyone probably knows out there. I was actually an elusive wingman. Trevor Robertson, definitely, he was the hardest player. He got me one day, and I didn't even see him. I had these big froggy eyes, and peripheral, I didn't see him, and he got me big time. I'm looking at him right now with a headband. After we won the 94 Diamond Valley Challenge Cup at Waverley there against Geelong. So, yeah, Trevor Robertson.
And for the 3 votes, mate, who's your footy trip hero?
No peer. He has no peer, this bloke. I said to the young fellas, if you ever get bored, just watch this bloke. Trust me, he's the funniest man I've ever come across. Petruccelli. Petricelli, Stephen Petricelli. He was our 91 premiership captain. I think he won an under-19 Commonwealth Best and Fairest. He's out and out the funniest man I've ever met in my life.
Hey, Frogger, I'd actually like to have you on the show for the remainder of the afternoon. We've got time constraints. I could listen to your story all day, my friend.
He bowls cricket balls. His natural ball is a wrong'un. That's how, how your legs spin, right? His natural ball is a wrong'un. How do you work that out?
That's extraordinary. Frogger, enjoy the West over there. Great to have you on. Great to go down memory lane with you. I think you made a great point about guys staying loyal to their clubs, 91, 92, 93, 98. And you said, what was the last one? 2001.
Yep, we won the
one as well. Great stuff.
Division. Dasher Sinclair was our coach there, and we beat Mernda in the 2001 Granny. And WA footy, I just can't get my head around WA footy. They use a yellow footy in the middle of the day and it's sunny, the beautiful weather over here, and they use a yellow footy. I just cannot get my head around that over here in WA. They're not normal over here, I'm telling you, boys.
Yeah, well, I do get to Perth a bit. I'll look you up, Frog, when I come over to do the footy this year. Great to talk to you, mate. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you very much, Ben and Brett. All the best and happy Australia Day.
See you, Frog.
Watts.
Bye-bye.
See you later, Frog.
Tough to wind him up there. He could talk under.
Yeah, I've been on the other end of the phone a few times, and
good value though.
That's
what local footy's all about.
It is characters.
Blokes who put in that sort of service, and to be part of premierships in local footy is pretty special indeed. Now we're going to have a chat, Ben, to Shannon Broadbent, a classy player who's played for Maribyrnong Park, Deer Park, Tatura over the past few seasons. He does draw a fair bit of attention on social media sites. And he's been kind enough to join us today. Shannon, or Shagger as I believe you're affectionately known. We have a lot of nicknames in this show. Shagger.
G'day guys, thanks for having me on.
Nice to talk to you. Obviously, there's different sites like Big Footy and so forth. Lots of different talk goes around. You sort of been at the centre of that a little bit. What is it like to sort of read comments about where you're playing, where you're not playing, just different things about your footy journey?
Yeah, look, I didn't think I was that interested, to be honest. But obviously, especially on these sites, they love a bit of banter, and the computer heroes get on, and like to give you a little bit of stick. Look, I only get on when I have to, and when there's sort of something false or that something's been misread, and a lot of it's due to money and loyalty and all this sort of stuff. But that's what these sites are for. Obviously, for guys that probably haven't hit the heights of some blokes playing footy and stuff like that. It just gives them, a little bit of a hobby or an out to be able to have a go at blokes like myself.
And you are making a move to Tatura this year, is that right, Chad?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, mate. Yeah, played there 2012 and reluctantly left last year due to work commitments. And back up there with a good mate of mine, Ryan Crawford, for the 2014 season.
Shannon, just playing in the country v playing Metro footy, can you explain the difference to me?
To be honest, playing-wise, grounds, just bigger grounds, the setups, the surfaces, and it just seems to be a lot of sort of, probably a lot of more outside footy, like running, carrying, young blokes for their halfbacks and used a lot more, but playing Essendon District League and especially Western region, a lot more close, in and under footy.
We're just losing Shagger's line there. He might be up somewhere near Tatura. He's at Hanging Rock, I believe, for the races. Phone not always great at Hanging Rock, but we might lose Shagger there for the moment. But gets a fair bit of attention, which a lot of players do get on the different footy forums. Scooby is called in from Mill Park. G'day, Scooby.
How you going?
Good, mate.
I'm just ringing up in regards to Foggy Watts. He's just an icon of our footy club and the area as a whole. But I just wanted to mention Shane's contribution also off the field. He's probably got about 15 blokes full-time jobs over the years from the footy club, and just comes from a great family. And you could honestly sit with him for a whole day and listen to his stories. He's a ripper man, Frog, and I just reckon his contribution off the field is just as big as the one that he gave us on it. So I just wanted to put that out there too.
Yeah, great call. I mean, I can relate to all this stuff. So can you, Ben. We've both been at the coalface of local footy clubs. They are just filled with great characters who do not only such great things on field, but it's their legacy off field and around the club. And yeah, can relate to all of that. It has been and it will be that way for the next 100 years.
Yeah, I think you walk into a club and you can get a vibe straight away. And when it is a close-knit community and it's a second family, they're definitely the more successful clubs. And they're the things to sort of build your place around.
All right, just to wrap up, because time's on the wing, we've got a few clubs wanting to promote their events. Obviously, if you'd like to get the word out, we're happy to help you here. You just need to head to the Facebook page by, of course, heading to sportsupport.com.au. Click on the Facebook tile there. Add your comments to the club notice board. We'll help you promote it out to the masses. Is there one we need to just give a bit of a mention to?
Yeah, there is. There's a Mulgrave Football Club, Cricket Club, and the Glen Waverley Rovers Junior. So there's and also the Eastern Devils Women's Club. So there's a great endorsement of communities getting together, and it looks like they're putting together quite a good event here called Rock in the Reserve. All the details are on the website, but they've got James Rain, Kate Sobrano, and the Shantuzis. So that's it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good lineup, isn't it?
Who was the leader of the Shantuzis? What was her name?
Yeah. I'm not. I don't over it.
The lady with the blonde hair, the Shantuzis. She's still on the social pages. Come on, Lizzie, help me out there. Oh, she's everywhere. She's been in a couple of TV series. Toddy Goldsmith. Thank you. PM out there on the decks. He is all over it. When I need an answer, he has got it. Ben, thank you for coming in. We've raced through a fair bit. We'll do a bit of fine-tuning over the next few weeks. But that's just a little sample of what we want to do, and some great SMS traffic coming in. But most importantly, people need to log on during the week, and you can keep this conversation going. Facebook.com/Sports Support.
Correct. Or go to the website, sportsupport.com.au. Just click on the Facebook link and it'll take you straight there.
Beautiful. Thanks, Ben. We'll do it again next week.
Thank you very much, BP.